Hey guys, it's Coach Travis Robertson, and I am so excited for this interview. We have a phenomenal interview lined up with a phenomenal agent. Her name is Olivia Russell, and I'm going to give her a minute here in just a second to introduce herself. But before we do, you are going to want to buckle up. We are both very energetic personalities, Olivia. I think that's fair to say. And so
That is,
I was
yeah.
like, before we go live, if we're going for 45 minutes max. And she goes, you mean I have to shut up? I'm like, we both have to shut up because the two of us together, we can go. And we're going to have a lot of fun here today. And so, Olivia, thank you so much for joining us. You are just a ball of energy, a ball of fun, and it's exciting to have you here.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Well, so before we get into kind of your story and what you've been doing and the success you've been having and the awesome stuff you've got going on, why don't you tell everybody who you are, where you work out of, what markets you serve? Let's start with the basics, the typical 411.
Okay, 411. I'm originally from Berlin, Germany. Came to the States in 1991-ish, right about there. Moved to South Carolina, been in retail since I don't know how long. That's how since I was 16, and I worked for my last job was working for a drugstore for almost 13 years. So just recently I got my real estate license for South Carolina. And my market is basically the Grand Strand, which is basically the coastline of South Carolina, the most beautiful area.
It is gorgeous there.
Yeah,
It is so beautiful there. I love
beautiful.
going to South Carolina and the coastline, and it's just a stunning location. So just so everybody knows, you've been licensed since
June 20. No, yeah,
July
June
28th,
20th.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
July
Yeah.
28th.
Yeah.
I'm glad I know when you've been licensed since,
Thank
because
you.
one of us should. So you've
It was
been
not important. It's a minor detail.
June, July, what's a month here or there, right? So you got
Yeah.
licensed July 28th. And are we allowed to say the company you worked for before or no?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So you were a store manager for Walgreens up until
Yes.
that point.
Yeah.
So you were a store manager for Walgreens. You left there on the 27th of July. You were licensed on the 28th of July. And your
Yes.
first kind of like official day in real estate was August 1st of
Yes.
this year, correct?
Yes, correct.
Awesome. So, and when you started on a team, right?
Yes.
So
Beach
you
Realty
joined a
Group.
team when you first got into the business, which so many people do, right? Because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to get your business going. And so you joined a team and some good people, right? You got on board with some good
Wonderful.
people who were just awesome, and they took you under their wing, and they were getting you up and running, right?
I think that's the best advice you can give anybody is find somebody that feels like a family. And Beach Realty Group that took me on is a phenomenal company, and I love the people, every single one of them. And when they hired me on as a team, it just instantly clicked, and they're so supportive, really are.
Yeah. Yeah. They're just, it's a really good company over there, really good people. And so it's awesome that they did that for you. So here you were though, and you kind of got started. And let me ask you kind of before, like, let's go back before you connected with us and we got to know you here.
Yeah.
You were kind of struggling to get going though. I mean, you're brand new in the business.
Yeah.
You didn't know what to do. And what were you kind of faced with? What were the challenges you were running up against as you got into the business?
Well, first, I'm used to people coming to me and saying, "Hey, I want to buy that. Here's a coupon. Here's my money. Go." Um, for me,
You
it's
mean, wait a
like,
minute. You
okay,
mean that didn't happen in real estate? People didn't walk up with a coupon
no,
and
it's
like,
like
hey,
that's
I
a
saw this
driver's
in the
house.
Sunday mailer and like I
Not
clicked out the coupon.
quiet.
Where's my house for 69 cents?
Well, not quite like that. Once you do the training, they come to you and say, "Hey, I want to buy from you," but that comes later. Um, for me, the struggle was I always felt like a telemarketer.
Mm,
They would say, "Okay, they give us." My company gave me the leads and says, "Here, call these people." So I would call the people, and then I would go like, "Okay, now what?"
mm,
I always, and this is the thing that you always cringe on is I always felt like I was bothering them.
yeah.
It's like I don't want to be a bother. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm calling you right now, but you were looking at some homes. Can I help you with those? No, I'm good. It's like and everybody that I asked for advice had the same old, anything that they're used to
Yeah.
that I thought was the right thing, but for me, it wasn't working. So I needed something else. And so, I'm on Facebook a lot, as you know, and I came across, all kinds of different coaches out there. And they all pretty much said the same thing: do this and you can sell this fast. And I'm like, no, that doesn't sound right. And then you poor guy called me.
Well, you watched one of our webinars, right?
Yes, I did.
And we'll get
I
to
did.
that in just a second. Before we get there, I kind of want to back up a little bit more because,
Yeah.
as you're kind of thinking back on those times. So, I mean, think back to August and the beginning of September, because I think you spoke with us in the middle of September, if I remember correctly, middle or
Yes.
end of September.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I
and
was
so
there a month.
you had like 4-6 weeks in the business. I mean, what was going through your mind as you're trying all these things and it's not working? Were you getting frustrated? Were you getting exhausted?
I
Scared?
was scared because coming from a company that Walgreens, I had a guaranteed paycheck, I had benefits and all that kind. I mean, sure, I was living paycheck to paycheck, that like most of people out there. And I knew I needed to make a difference, a change in my life in order to not live paycheck to paycheck. So now I'm in a real estate company and I love my job because I can show up when I want to, but I have to do my own work.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is just going to hand me money. So where's that money going to come from? How am I going to talk to these people to convince them that I'm the agent that they want to talk to when I just started? I had no confidence to talk to people. I didn't think I knew what I can offer them, and I definitely didn't want to bother anybody. I didn't want to call all my friends and say, hey, you want to buy a house? It's not like you're selling soap or something. It's like, oh, give me $250,000. It's like, that's not gonna work. I needed help. I really did. I mean,
yeah, like a Tupperware party. Like, hey, want to come to my Tupperware party and buy a house while you're here?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you got a nice house. Let's go sell it.
Well, and it's the fastest way to have your friends stop taking your calls too, is to just pester them with, oh, by the way, send me your referrals. Don't forget to buy a house with me. I mean, it's all the stuff that it's like, yeah, let's train your friends and family to not take your calls. Like, has that started to happen yet? It's crazy, right?
I didn't want to do that.
Yeah. And so you get in, but now here you are. And let me ask you, I mean, when you got into this business, did you expect that 6 weeks into it, you were going to be sitting there going, I have nothing?
No, see, when I started, I thought it can't be that hard. It's like there's all those people with their slick hair driving their convertibles, no socks and their penny loafers and stuff. And I'm like, if that schmuck can do it, I can do it. It's like, it can't be that hard. And for me, I am not a very patient person. I want things to happen right now. And it's like, it wasn't happening right now. Sure, I had a listing and that went well. But once that, it's like, what was the next? I did not see anything in the pipeline that would actually guarantee me a future.
Yeah.
So I was getting to the point of, okay, you guys are saying it takes up to 6 months. I don't want to wait 6 months to get a paycheck.
Yeah. And when you hear that, because so many people hear the same thing when they get into the business. Well, Olivia, it's going to take 6 months at least to start getting a little bit of money, and then maybe even a year or 18 months. What was going through your mind when you're hearing that from other people in the industry?
Nobody told me that. Nobody said, hey, it's going to take 6 months. So that's why I went into real estate. It shouldn't take 6 months to do that. I mean, it can't. I mean, there's so many listings out there. It cannot be 6 months.
Yeah.
So that was my mindset going in. And when somebody's telling me, oh, normally it's about 6 months, and 25% of agents don't do any sales within their first year of working, it's like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So,
and even those that do only do like 1 or 2.
Yes. And it's like getting advice on how to run my business as a realtor from them. I'm like, I don't know. I like you, dude, but I don't think you are the source I want my information from.
Yeah.
But that's what's out there.
And was it getting frustrating? Were you starting to find yourself frustrated and just feeling like defeated?
Yes.
How were you? I mean, obviously you were freaked out because you had no income coming in and no
Right.
business in the pipeline, and you're just sitting there going,
Yes.
"Oh crap, now what?"
Yes,
Right?
exactly. I mean, the saving grace is that my husband is a carpenter, so he already knew she's just going to run my business. We're going to be poor. It's going to be okay. But that's not me. I always had to do something. I wanted to make sure I'm putting that bread on that table too, and it was getting frustrating.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to say to my husband, I got somebody. I'm able to help somebody. I am
Yeah.
not on your coattail. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And, the support has just been really wonderful.
Well, and here's what I love. Your husband's name is Klaus Peter.
Right.
And so, one of the reasons that when we talked, one of the reasons you were really trying to get this business going is because he is a carpenter. He works a very, very physical job.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
hard on his body. It's hard on his
Exactly.
body. And so for you, part of the reason you got into real estate is you saw that this could be a vehicle to give him more options and more freedom in his own business to not have to do so much of the manual physical work that's just beating up his body.
Yes, exactly. And I think what a lot of people don't understand is, and they were all like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you just quit a job that where you got a guaranteed paycheck to something where you don't know what you're getting." And for me, it was the bigger picture. I had to get out of my comfort zone and feeling secure and being okay with working so
Mm,
many darn hours on holidays and nights, not being with my family. And I'm like, enough is enough. And that jump was scary. It really was.
yeah. Yeah. To go from consistent, predictable paycheck to now what? Like I
Yeah,
have nothing coming in and it's all commission
nothing.
based and you had no idea what was going on and what to
Yep.
do and where to get business rolling from and you were staring at an empty pipeline. I mean that would freak anybody out. That would
Well,
freak
and the,
anybody
the,
out.
the cool part where I'm lucky is I have a husband that hated me going to work for what I was doing. I was constantly stressed out. And when you go on my Facebook page, you see I saw the comments that are coming in like, "Wow, Olivia, you look happy." It's because I drew a line and I said, enough is enough.
Yeah.
And that support from my husband saying, "I'd rather not have you work and be happy
Yeah.
than spend another day on that treadmill."
What incredible support. I mean, it's awesome that
Yeah.
Klaus Peter, I mean, happy wife, happy life, right?
Yeah.
He
Right.
knew that if Olivia is not happy, Klaus Peter's not happy. Like he knows where
Yeah.
his bread is buttered. He knows what makes
Yeah.
him happy, and it's you. And
That's right.
so let me ask you. So here you are. You're in the situation. You're 6 weeks into the business. What was kind of that last straw for you? That moment in the sand, like that line in the sand where you're like, I'm done. I've got to go out. I've got to get help. I've got to find a solution to this. What was that moment where you're like, this isn't working. I'm done.
When I basically was sitting in the office and I have just finished calling 86 leads.
Mm,
86 leads, and I used what they basically told me, this is what you should be saying and all that kind of stuff. And frankly, I'm like, most of the people are at work right now. They're not going to be answering the phone, or the people that I want to answer the phone, they better have a job because they're not going to be able to afford buying a house. So that is my market. And I'm like, there got to be other ways. And for me, not knowing the industry like everybody else that has been in real estate, the advice I was getting was no good, was not working for me. So I went and just went online. I said, how to be the next greatest realtor, for example, those kind of things. Just Google the crap out of this stuff. Going like, there gotta be something out there. And it's like most of the things that I saw was give us this much money and we will send you leads. I said, I don't need leads.
yeah.
I got those. I got really old leads. I got new leads. And it's whatever I'm personally doing is not getting them to answer the phone.
Yeah.
And that's why I said I got to find something. And that's when I watched your webinar on there. I don't know exactly what you had said in there that just clicked, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I should talk to him, because you were the only one that said that part that just completely was different from everybody else. And I think it was something you have to get out of your comfort zone, because the way things are being done right now is not working, because this is how this works. And I'm like, I agree, exactly. So I just put my information on there, and I didn't even realize that it was actually you that called. It's like, what kind of business is this? If the guy actually calls, it's like, can't
well,
be
we
that
get
big.
so many calls, like our team can't handle them all. So I'm sitting here going, they call and they're like, hey, can you take calls? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take calls. So I got fortunate to be able to speak with you personally, which was so much fun. I mean, we had a great time.
Yeah.
And
well, you had me crying there one time. It's like, oh my God.
Well, because it was real. It was real. And that's what I loved about talking with you. And so, you hit this point where you're like, 86 leads. This is not working. The way this is going is not the way that I want to do this. So you hit Google and you search Google, which is just like an endless supply of cold call, door knock,
Yeah.
hustle grind, FSBOs expires, all the stuff that nobody's going to do for any extended period of time. 99% of people can't sustain that. So you're getting all that advice that's out there. What else did you try? Did you look at anything else? Did you look at any other programs? Did you look at any other stuff that was out there? Were you watching webinars and free YouTube videos? What were you doing to try and get this fixed?
YouTube videos. I didn't like the guys or the people, and they spoke in a way that didn't make sense to me, because they acted like they're already speaking to people that are already established and just needed a little tweak in that thing. It's like, no, I need something new. I need something that speaks to me. That understands, like, I'm brand new to this business. I was selling pills, okay, not houses. So it's like, tell me how to speak to people.
Pills and diapers. Pills and diapers.
That's right. That's right. And it's like everybody was saying about the same thing. It's like, yeah, you're going to have to knock on people's doors. I'm like, no, there's scary people out there. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Like, I would never in a million years want Lisa out there door knocking. And I'm like, it's not it's just a really unsafe thing.
Yeah.
It's
like, not good.
Baby, carry a gun and let me buy you some bodyguards. Like, this isn't like, you're not going door knocking. It's just like, it's just nuts what the advice is out there. And so, you hit this point, and you come across our webinar and you see something different. I think it was the integrated marketing strategy. I think that's kind of the way we talked about marketing. Is that what it was?
Yes. Yeah. The putting the babies on the picture of the person on the shopping cart was one of the example. I'm like, man, that's what I wanted to do. It's like, damn it, there goes my idea. It's like,
oh, you mean when I said don't, like, when you getting shopping cart ads and like why they're so stupid, and it's like, because basically nobody's thinking real estate.
Damn it.
And it's like, they're like, oh, there's Olivia's face, and like, come here, demon child, and they stick, Johnny's face right on, or Johnny's butt right on your face, and it's like, oh, let me have demon child Johnny's butt on your face, just to keep him in check. And it's like, it's true, but there's so much bad advice out there. And so you reached out to us, you got on the phone with me, you ended up getting me, which was great.
Yeah.
And so we talked, and what was interesting about, talking with you is just how passionate you were. I mean, you were truly, truly passionate. And it was when we started talking about Klaus Peter.
I love the man. What can I do?
I mean, know you do. And that was really that moment where you realized, you're like, you're doing it for him. Like, he's a big, big motivation for you. And that was that moment when I was like, hey, let's talk about your why. Let's talk about what's really driving you. Yeah. And you got real, and you're like, it's Klaus Peter. Like, and you want to be able to go visit your family in Germany and Croatia and do all that stuff. Right.
One of the most conversations we have, like right now, my husband is in Rock Hill. That's like 3.5 hours from here. He's working hard. And one of the discussions that most of the time I have with my two boys is that they want their dad to stop working this hard. And it's like,
Mm.
okay, I'm working on it. So what we're going to be doing is, like in your plan, you got to start somewhere. Within a few years, I'm going to get my brokerage license. That's my goal. I want to get my own office. I want to have a team. I want to start flipping homes, building homes. And then, we're going to have people doing the stuff that my husband is doing. So we have like a 5, 10, and 15-year plan because I don't want my husband swinging another hammer in 15 years.
Mm.
That would put him in the 60s. Don't tell him I told you that.
I'm not even going to ask how old you are because I'm just going to feel really bad about myself because you look like you're 30 something.
Well, thank you. I'm not. 47.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I'm happy, and that's the key.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell people that still are in contact with me with Walgreens is like, or retail period. They tell me, hey, Olivia, you're looking so good. It's because I am happy. I found my calling. It got uncomfortable. I think even during one of our trainings, I started bawling my eyes out and I had to leave for a second because you keep bringing me to the bad part. But it's so real when you are talking to us and coaching us. You hit a nerve that gets us out of our comfort zone and opens us up to so much more and allows us to see things that we weren't able to see or feel or understand. And that's what I love about you and your program. And the people that I'm dealing with are great with on your team. They're just phenomenal. It's just a family, like an extended family to me. It's like, I love working with you guys. It's awesome.
Well, thank you. And we love working with you, obviously. And so let me ask you, I mean, kind of along those lines, because obviously you got into the program, you didn't really know what to expect. I mean, you at a high level, we kind of talked about it, but ultimately you get into the program and I'm curious, what was that thing that when you got in and you started down the path and we're walking you step by step through everything, what is that one thing maybe that first thing we asked you to do, or I asked you to do, that you're like, there's no way this is going to work. Like, why on earth am I doing this? What was that thing that you're like, maybe internally you wanted to fight it, but you did it anyway?
Get up at 4:30. I'm like, are you crazy? It's like, get your day started and be grateful. Start your gratitude book. Do all this wrath stuff, that snowflakes do. I'm like, okay. It's like, all right, I'm in my padded room. But no, it's the one thing that is, have a plan. And the most important part was get ready for the day, have the mindset. So it's like when the alarm goes off, which I hated, alarm going off, my dogs are next to me. I'm like, okay, happy face, happy music, happy thoughts, getting going and setting up for the day. And having that structure that I was lacking because I was showing up at work and I'm like, okay, I'm calling people. And now what? So, and with your program, it was giving me direction. It was giving me purpose. It's like you were telling us that if you don't have a goal in mind, you're not going to get there. And in order to get there, you got to visualize it. In order to visualize it, you have a dream. You need to write all that stuff down. Be grateful for what you have and have a positive outlook on everything and anything. So that was like the one thing. And that's why I show up at work always happy. It's like everybody's looking at me like, why is she always so happy? It's I have a mindset of I can do this.
Yeah.
I don't try doing it. I am doing it.
Amen. There you go. And by the way, I don't say you have to get up at 4:30. I get up earlier than that now. I'm just saying that there's an intention that you need to start the day with. I love how everybody says that I make them get up at 4:30. I don't make you get up at 4:30. For crying out loud, Olivia. So, but I do encourage, if you want to be early and get rocking and rolling, 4:30 is a great time to wake up. Usually it's 3:30 to 4 nowadays, but
crazy.
It's like I love it. I love it. Yeah, I go to bed earlier, but what the hell else am I going to do? It's like, get to bed, get up and make it happen. Start the day with intention. I mean, it just changes everything. So I love that. And I'm curious because you've been in the program now for about 2.5 months, right? A little
Yes,
over, yeah, two
yes,
and a half months.
yes.
And so you entered with nothing, like,
Yeah.
and in 2.5 months, you've closed two.
Yep, close to one listing, one sale. Now I have two under contract, and I think I have like 12 people that I'm working with that are stacking up for the right for the next year coming in. Because the way where I am at, they are all vacationers coming in that are now wanting to buy a house and living here.
Yeah.
So it's better. I'm working with them thanks to your program. I know exactly what to say versus they're actually excited. One of them is calling me her BFF. She can't wait to meet me. It's going to be great. I'm like, yay.
I
So,
love it.
so I have like 12 people that I'm working with that are going to come to Myrtle Beach sometime really soon between the next month or so. And I don't know what I'm going to do then. It's like right now I'm busy. I'm already doing a lot with just a little bit that I'm doing, but I'm just busy.
Yeah. Yeah. And what I love is you already have, so you actually have 14 because you have
Yeah.
two
And
that
then two
are,
in the
you've already got
contract.
the buyer agency for, you've got 12 more that when they come into town, you're getting buyer agency for them, you're getting
Yep.
agreements signed, you're getting all that stuff. They're ready to rock and roll.
Yep.
And if I remember correctly, didn't you actually end up having two deals that you did pen, but they fell out, or one deal you penned that fell
One.
out?
Yes. 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 That was the wonderful builder, right? Is that what you're referring to? Where I
Yeah,
went?
yeah, we won't.
Yeah.
That shall remain nameless. But basically,
Mammoth. Yes.
you had a deal. It was which was actually two deals, but it there was an issue, and we'll just leave it at that.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
there were
I
actually
remember it.
two more because you closed two. You would have had four, but
Yes.
now you've only penned it two instead of four in
But
two
I
and a half
learned.
months. But you learned, and it's
I
okay. And
learned. Yep.
it was what it was. But you've got 14 other people, two under contract, 12 that you're getting ready to
Yes.
sign in the next couple months.
You know which one we forgot? The other listing that's coming with the gentleman that
Oh
is
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
yes, there is that one who has another house to list and is buying it. So there's three more coming
Yeah.
after that. So I
Yeah.
forgot about that one. I'm sorry. Too many to keep
Too
track
many
of.
to keep track of, right?
I need
It's
a
just
now.
make it rain, make it rain, like money, money, money. Like, how do I keep track of all my bills? Dollar bills, y'all. So I love it. And so you're absolutely crushing it. And let me ask you, I mean, what's been one of the things that I really loved is when you enrolled in the program, um, you're like, let's do it. Let's make it happen. You were all in. And then you
Uh-huh.
emailed me like a day later or a day and a half later. And you're like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to talk to Klaus Peter about this. Like you just went home and you told Klaus Peter, you're like, baby, guess what? I enrolled in the program. It's amazing. It's going to be awesome. And, you know,
Yeah, that
and
was like,
I
well,
loved what he said though, because this is just a testament to the two of you. What did he tell you?
he basically said that if I think this is what I want to do that is going to make our life better, he is all behind that and he trusts me 100%. If it works, great. If it didn't, we tried.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that.
he's an awesome man. Yeah.
He's such a good man. I mean, and that's the thing is that you guys are a team and you work together and you just make it happen. And that's what I love about this is that he just was like, baby, I trust you. I love you. If this is what you need, do it. And it's so rare in this
Yeah.
industry. It's so rare in this business. And to have somebody that supports you like that is huge. So
Yep.
what's been the biggest, like, what's been the impact on you, on your business, on your personal life, on your relationship with Klaus Peter? Like what's been the impact?
It's like I have more time for my friends and family. I am actually living a life. I'm actually having a life. Um, I have family with health issues, so I was always an hour and a half away. Now I'm right here. You call me, I'm there. You know, it's I can do this.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do with myself with Thanksgiving. Normally, I would be working late the entire weekend, and I'm going to work, and they're like, "Yo, we're closed on Friday." I'm like, "Why?" Well, Thanksgiving. I'm like, "Thanksgiving is on Thursday." Well, you want to come to work on a Friday, and then the week? No, so 4-day weekend. I didn't know what to do. It's like Okay. But it's like the relationships that I'm building with everybody. I'm finally a human again. I'm
Oh,
finally making a difference in the community too. I'm seeing places I haven't seen, and I lived here.
yeah,
It's
yeah. Well,
wonderful.
because you were working you were driving an hour and a half each way to
Yeah.
get to work,
Yes.
and now
Yes.
you're home. You get to
Yes.
be
Right
with
here.
family and friends and your community. I mean, what a gift that is. And one of the things that I love seeing, because you and I are friends on Facebook, is I love watching your friends go on and comment on your Facebook post, going, "Oh my gosh, Olivia, you look amazing. Your energy, you just look like you're vibrant. You look like you're 10 years younger." I mean, I love watching those
Yeah.
comments. Like they see it, they feel it.
They see me coming to work. I'm tired, exhausted, stressed out. It's like, oh my God, why is this not done yet? Now it's like I'm my own boss, and I have the confidence in the job that I'm doing it well. And that's why I feel deliberated, if that's the right term for this. I feel like I'm
It
free.
is.
I can do things that I want to do. And before this program, I did not feel that way. I feel like I may have made a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have done this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should have continued on working like Patel. What's his name? Your
Kunal
friend did it.
Patel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like crazy dude. It's like I could just imagine. No, it's like no.
Yeah.
So there was times where I was scared. It's like I gave up a job. I have no money coming in. My poor husband's gonna have to work harder. So when I talked to you and you were like, okay, what's the it factor? It's like I don't want my husband slaving away forever. So I need to make a change so I know I have money coming up in for both of us to grow into an empire, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that's what's important, and making and helping the community make a difference in the community that I'm in.
Yeah. And that was such a big thing for you, is being able to give back to the community, to be a part of your community, for crying out loud,
Yeah.
not an hour
Yeah.
and a half away in a whole different part
Yeah.
of the state, basically. An hour and a half gets you pretty far in Georgia in most places. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
or excuse me, in South Carolina. I was thinking
Yeah.
Georgetown,
It's
but in
okay.
South Carolina.
I can
And
make it to Georgetown, Georgia in no time.
yeah, I know you could.
Yeah, it's right there.
So let me ask you, Olivia, because obviously right now there's people watching this that they relate. They are where you were. They're brand new, or maybe they've been in the business for 6 months, 12 months, and they are still struggling to get that first deal or that second deal, or they're just limping along because everybody's been telling them cold call, door knock, hustle grind, it takes 6 to 12 months to get your first deal. And all of this stuff is being shoved at them. What advice would you give to them if they're on the fence about reaching out to us, and maybe they're wondering if we can help them, if this is a program that would actually work for them? What advice would you give to them?
Here's the first thing that I have to mention is that there's a lot of desperate agents out there. I was desperate. I'm brand new. There is plenty of other agents out there that are struggling, and they're just looking for somebody to help them find the next deal. So for me, my advice that I'm telling people is, if you think that you are already doing great, fine, but you can do better. If you feel that everything you're doing is the right way of doing it, try something else, because there is a better way. If you're expecting this training to just hand you everything and you don't have to do a damn thing, excuse my language, about your own personal actions, then this is not for you. If you are willing to get out of your comfort zone because the way you have been working before is not giving you the results you want, obviously, because you are looking. There's so many out there, coaches out there, that show you a pretty picture of, oh, just, sign on with us. We show you everything you need to do in order to make double digits in no time. It's like, no. It's like, you got to admit that there's a problem first, just like AA. It's like, you got to admit there is a problem. You got to seek help. Once you are allowing that part of help. Let somebody show you something different
Yeah.
from what you have been doing, because the past is not working. And you're willing to do the work on yourself and change the things that you have been doing to something that may work, and be open to it and give it a try according to what you teach,
Yeah.
you can see amazing things.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, and you may hate me for this, but I maybe follow your instructions like 2/3.
Yeah.
Because the first 10 weeks that you go through, I'm just skimming through it and I'm applying as much as possible. But just doing that, I've been already getting so much more business.
Yeah.
Just talking, people actually talking to me, that it's like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? So
Yeah.
that's the great part. I can go back and fine tune everything else. And you say that too in the thing, this is basically the package. You open it up, you learn the steps, and you do it at your own pace.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the more you pay attention to the steps and you implement everything, I don't think I could handle following your track 100%, because I don't have a team. It's just me.
But isn't it cool to know that when you're ready for that, you know exactly how to get there. You know exactly how to get control of the lead flow. And that's the thing, is that you're absolutely right, Olivia, is that we give you the step-by-step, but
Yeah.
we don't do the work for you. We show you exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing left to the imagination. You just got to go out and do it. And if somebody's not willing to do that, nobody can help them. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I love one of your comments that you put on there was, I love that you are an agent that gives a crap. And that's basically what I think your training is about. Teaching agents to give a crap about what they're doing.
Yeah.
And showing basically the clients out there, there's agents still out there that do care about what they're doing, that are not out to just make a buck, that are actually looking out for their interest versus just their wallet.
Yeah.
And, and that's, I've always been a person that cared, and your training is teaching that you care about everybody that is on there. So far as I know, you haven't said anything bad about anybody. I mean, if you did, tell me now. But no, really, I promise you didn't say anything bad about anybody.
I love our clients. Like that's the whole thing, is that we're
Yes.
so selective about who we let in, because you know how great it is to be in those calls, how much fun we have, the awesome people that are in there. The last thing I want is bat crap crazy people. I don't want schmucks. Like that's the honest truth.
Yeah.
Like we have way too much fun to let crap in.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm looking forward to the calls all the time.
Yeah.
Great.
And so guys, here's the deal. If you're like Olivia, if you're struggling and you're wondering, oh my gosh, could this work for me? The honest answer is, I don't know. I know that it works. Whether it would work for you, that's why you need to book a call. If you're on the fence, you owe it to yourself to book a call with my team. All you have to do is go to travisrobertson.com/call. And in those 60 minutes, we're going to sit down and we're going to take a look at your business. We'll take a look at what's working, what's not working. We'll take a look at where you're going. And here's my promise to you. If we can help you, we'll talk about it. And if we can't, we will be the first ones to tell you that. And we'll always do our best to point you towards a program that will help you, because we know we are not for everybody and everybody is not for us. We're for the right people, and we're for the people who are ready to do what Olivia did and put the work in and make this business really, truly incredible for you. And if that's you, and if you're sick and tired of grinding it out and following old school strategies and things that just aren't you, they don't feel authentic, they don't feel like it makes you come alive, and you're not in love with the work you're doing day in and day out, you're missing so much that is available to you. And we would love to talk to you. This may be, and honestly, it will be the best 60 minutes you've invested in your business up until this point. And that is my guarantee to you. It's my promise to you. You're absolutely going to love it. And you're going to find tremendous clarity coming from that call. So you have nothing to lose, and you have an incredible business and an incredible life ahead of you to gain. All you got to do is go to travisrobertson.com/call, grab a time that works for you. My team will reach out to you and we'll sit down and we'll talk with you like a real person. No hard sell tactics, no shystery things. This is us getting to know you. And if we can help you, we'll tell you. And if we can't, we'll be honest with you and we'll tell you that too. So guys, travisrobertson.com realty.com/call. Now, Olivia,
Yeah.
you are so much fun.
Thank
And
you.
I have no doubt there are people watching right now that are like, oh my gosh, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, it's beautiful,
Yeah.
all these things.
Come
How
in.
do they get a hold of you? How do they send you referrals? Because if, like, honestly, guys, who else would you rather working with your clients than this woman right here?
That's
So
right.
how do they get referrals to you?
Basically, I have a website, oliviarussellhomes.com. So you can send them right there. I am on Facebook as well. You can search it as Finding Your Slice of Heaven, and that will bring you to my realtor page. Search me on Facebook. If you are a friend of Travis's, you can find me there too. Call me. I'm there. And just to reiterate, this training is a lot of fun with real people. There is no gimmicks. And with that means you actually have to put the work in. You have to get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And the best part, I think, is the training shows you how to call people and make it personable versus telemarketing style. So it's like Owen Mills. So it's like, hey, your baby is now 4 months old. Do for another picture. So the training is really, it shows your angle. You just gotta be open to it, and it's really a lot of fun. If you have any doubts, you can find me, ask me. If you have any more questions, I'm definitely not paid, would be great.
Please don't pester her. She's got her own business to run. She's trying to keep her own business going. She does not need to be fielding everybody's calls. I'm going to, just for your own sanity, because that'll flood you, Olivia, and I really don't want that for you. So guys, please be respectful of Olivia and don't do that. That's why we did this video, so that you could hear from her directly and just know that she's an awesome person. She's got 14 people she's getting into her pipeline right now, 200 contract, and actually 15, because you've got the 3 others that we remembered. So,
Hey, what did you say when did you think I would leave my team? Because we didn't cover that. Because I started in a team.
Oh yeah, you started on a team and now you're a solo agent. You left 2.5, 3 weeks ago, I think, right?
Yeah. And you said by springtime, look at you, I'm doing even better than you thought.
I know. I was like, yo, you'll be like, I was like, well, I wasn't going to tell you 2 months because you never would have believed me. I knew it could happen sooner. So I was telling you something you'd actually believe. Like, oh yeah, well, like by spring you'll be off the team. Not that they're bad people, they're great people, but I just knew that you needed to be out on your own.
Hey, one thing though, I'm a little scared because I'm thinking I'm doing this great. It got to stop sometime, right? I mean, there got to be. It's like process, winning. It's like I'm afraid. It's like, is it going to stop?
No.
It's like, what am I going to do?
You're crushing it, Olivia. And so this is what I love about you. You've learned to just live on the edge of your comfort zone. You've learned to keep stretching yourself and pushing yourself. And that's that mindset that you talk about. It's about shifting the way you think and going for what you know you deserve and what you are passionate about. And I love that about you. And so you are an absolute joy, an absolute blessing. And I thank you so much and I know without a doubt, guys, if you found this valuable, if you enjoyed this, leave a comment below, encourage Olivia, just say thank you, because she took time out of her very busy schedule to be here and to help you guys and to want to, encourage and inspire you. And so give her a thanks and give her, more than anything, a referral. So Olivia, thank you so much. Guys, go to travisrobertson.com/call, get your appointment booked. Spaces are limited and we look forward to serving you. And Olivia, thank you. And guys, we love you, appreciate you, and thank you for letting me serve you in just this small way. And I look forward to serving more of you in a deeper and bigger way. All right. God bless and take care.
Bye.